To BQ Pranam Hiraldaria. Joining us on the show today, we have Kaustubh Pawaskar, analyst at Sharekhan by BNP Paribas, joining in to discuss as to what's happening with Asian Paints and what the impact could be with regards to the capex announcement that they've made. Kaustubh, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kaustubh, my first question coming to you is Asian Paints is looking to invest 2,000 crores in a new water-based paint manufacturing plant. Your first take on the same?
So company in the quarter two conference call, they had indicated that they are planning to do investment of around 6,750 crores in capacity expansion, backward integration, and
Hmm.
some of the inorganic initiatives. So company has planned to expand its capacity by 30% over the next 3 years. So currently they have around 17 lakhs kiloliters of capacity, and the capacity utilization currently stands at around 75%. So considering the future growth, avenues in the domestic market and the competition which is coming up, as we know that some of the large cement players, they are, trying to enter the paint segment, and they have already disclosed the, capacity plans which they are planning to add in the coming years. So I guess to remain, ahead of the market and to maintain their a strong positioning in the paint companies. I guess paint industry. I guess this is the strategy which Asian Paints has framed, and I think they are on track. To invest in building up the capacity, because the utilizations, as I said, level are currently 75%. So it is in line with the company's strategy.
Right. So overall cost of just a quick one on this. When it comes to the 6,750 crore capex that they'd already announced in the second quarter of FY23, do you think the 2,000 crores what they've announced right now is a part of it, or that is an add-on to the 6,750 odd crores?
See, as of now, they have not given this details, but I think this would be add on to whatever the 6,750 crores
Hmm.
capex plan they have already disclosed. So see, the capacity expansion, or the projects which are coming up are in some of their existing facilities where they are planning to enhance the capacity. Plus they are also looking for investment into new states or geographies, from where they can be closer to the customers, and supply of the product would be easier. So I guess that is the key focus area of the company, because the competition is building up, the growth prospect in the print industry is quite immense, and we have seen that in last 5 years, the industry as a whole has grown,
Hmm.
in close to double digits. So I think, considering the prospects which the industry has, the opportunities are immense for the large player in this space. So I think the company is also looking for that opportunity to grab, and they also have their focus on the entire home improvement space as such.
Hmm.
So it is not about the capacity expansion in the paint. Also, they are looking out for various areas where which help them to become a large home improvement play in the domestic market.
Right. So when you talk about the current capacity increase that the company is talking about, it's going to be in the water-based paint section, right? Currently, do they have anything where they're manufacturing water-based paints already? And if yes, what's the current capacity for them?
See, they are manufacturing water-based paints, but I don't have, the capacity, how much the water-based
Hmm.
paint capacity currently they have, but they are manufacturing water-based paint capacity, and I think uh, 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 the expansion in this space is mainly because these are the water-based paints have good demand, increasing demand in the domestic market. So that is something most of the paint companies are tapping on, especially in the decorative paint category. So I think Asian Paint is also trying to build up the capacities in this space.
Right. And overall, if you see from a business perspective, right, when do you see any of these capacities coming on stream, even for that matter, the additional capacity enhancement that they're looking at in the second quarter that they announced, what's the kind of revenue recognition plan do you foresee?
So these capacities are likely to come up over the next 3 years. So by
Hmm.
FY25, as per their plans. So currently their capacity utilization is 75%, and we believe that considering the demand and the recent fall in the commodity prices, which will help paint companies to pass on the benefits to the customer. So considering that, I think the volume growth is expected to improve in maybe from FY 2024, because in last 2 quarters what has happened that the demand is very good in the urban market.
Hmm.
Rural has seen a pinch of the higher inflation now, and as we know that paint companies, because of the sharp increase in the crude prices, they took around more than 20% increase in their product basket. So now with crude prices falling, I
Hmm.
think there is an opportunity for paint companies, to pass on some of the benefits to the consumers, looking at the overall the crude basket, and that should help them to see gradual improvement in the volumes. But I guess that will happen in a quarter or two, maybe from quarter one of FY 2024. But as I said, the outlook for the paint industry as a whole for next 3 to 4 years, or maybe for next 4 to 5 years, is quite strong, because repainting cycle, which was earlier 7 years, now it has reduced to
Come
around 4
down.
to 5 years, and
Correct.
a lot other factors which will help. Urbanization is one of the factors. People are shifting to the strong brands. Lot of
Hmm.
innovations are happening in paint industry itself. So I think these are some of the factors which will drive the paint industry growth, and which and the top players obviously are going to benefit from it.
Right. And how do you expect Asian Paints to fund these expansion plans? Because it's 6,750 odd crores plus another 2,000 odd crores that will come on board. So close to around 8.5 to 9,000 odd crores.
So I guess it will be done through the mix of internal accruals and debt.
Hmm.
So it is not going to happen at one go. So as I said, that the investments are going to happen over the next 3 years. So obviously
Hmm.
the capex funding will happen, over the next 3 to 4 years. So I guess it will be done through the mix of internal accruals and debt if required over the period of time.
Right. And overall for the paint industry, as you mentioned, the demand cost looks pretty strong. Now, from a margin perspective, how are you seeing that front? Because taking into consideration the recent trends in the raw material prices.
Yeah, so as I said, that raw material prices have corrected from their peak, and in the quarter two call, most of the paint companies indicated that in the second half the margin picture would be much better. So we are
Hmm.
anticipating some improvement in the margins in the quarter three, which will also continue in the quarter four if raw material prices continues to remain stable from the current level, and that should continue in FY 2024 as well. So what the management had earlier indicated, that especially Asian Paint management, that if raw material prices corrects and continues to correct and remain stable, by Q4 they
Hmm.
should be expecting margins to reach to the earlier level kind of margins of 18 to 20%. So that is what the indication management had given. So we believe that if raw material prices continues to correct, I think the margins would improve. But again, as I said, that company would again focus on revamping its volume, and that could and that's why we should expect some pricing action, some promotional activities. And I guess even if we talk to the if we do the ground level reality check and talk to the dealers, and they are also anticipating some kind of
Hmm.
cuts to come in over the next in the coming months, if considering the fall in the crude prices and the correction in the raw material prices. So they are anticipating some kind of pricing actions to happen, which will help even the volumes to pick up over the period of time. And
Right.
Q1 is normally is the strongest quarter for the
Hmm.
paint companies. So before that, we should expect these pricing actions to happen.
Right. So overall, from a valuation perspective, what would your call be on a Asian Paint? And would you recommend to enter at current levels?
So we have a buy recommendation on the
Hmm.
Asian Paints. It remains one of our picks in the FMCG space, and we believe that even in the COVID times, the company performance was quite good. And there is a fear of heightened competition which is coming up in the paint sector, but considering the investment plans the company has undertaken, or it is planning to do for enhancing its capacity and backward integration, I think it will help them to maintain that leadership position, and we should expect Asian Paints to continue to do well in the paint segment, and that's why we maintain our buy recommendation on the stock.
Right. And any other picks coming in from the same segment that you would want to recommend from the paint industry?
Yeah, so we have a buy on Indigo Paints as well,
Hmm.
because that is the company which is trying to increase its market share in the domestic paint industry. So they have their strategies in place. It has one of the highest gross margins because of the differentiated product it has in its portfolio. And once the scale up in the revenues happens, I think the margins of the companies will also margin of the company will also improve. So I think that is the company which we
Hmm.
another company which we like in the paint industry. But I think the entire sector is going to benefit because of the reduction in the commodity prices or the crude prices which is happening at the current level.
Absolutely. So that's a sector we should be watching out for as well. Thank you, Kaustubh, so much for joining us on the show and sharing your views as to what the 2000 crore capex could mean for Asian Paints from here on. Thank you, viewers, for joining in as well.
Thank you.